A girl that you could take to a movie. I mean, the whole time I feel like if you're sitting with Megan Fox in a movie, she's just making a sound. She's like, some hot girl sound.
What is she, a Prius?
What are you talking about? I don't know.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
When I first got into the sneaker world, eBay was still like a thing, and then those two apps came out and just ruined it. It made it easier, but it also
the aesthetic
so
of eBay is such a turnoff for me because you go to like Goat or Stock Dick or whatever the fuck, and they have the shoes with the
spinning
white,
and it's nice.
And on eBay, it's like you see this dude's counter in the background.
He's like itching a scab behind the shoe.
Yeah.
I also like in the very beginning, I was buying like totally like unworn, whatever, fresh, and then there was a couple like rare pairs or expensive pairs that I was like, can I do like lightly worn where like can I see your feet? Can I see if you're gross first before I wear? There's something about wearing someone else's shoes that kind of creeps me out.
Somebody told me once that if you put on another person's shoes, you're like wearing their soul, and I'll never.
You can feel the warmth.
Yeah,
like, even if it's been a while, you can still feel it.
It's like wearing someone's boxers. It's like
it's like a pet cemetery.
I actually have worn more people's. I've worn his boxers, and I would never wear your shoes.
Dude, I've done boxers. I got no problem doing that. I've done
clean boxers, right?
Yeah. Fuck it, I didn't take them off them.
But the idea of like worn, but they're clean.
I've done the fucked up one that I think most people have if they dated someone who like
you put her underwear on,
had a pool. No, I've worn her dad's bathing suit.
Of course.
That's fucking funny. That's some like established dominance shit. I don't know for who. Like, you're wearing my clothes a
little loose in the crotch.
I still have boxers from my ex-girlfriend's dad that I still wear.
They're just hanging over your bed.
Yeah, I just feel his balls on my balls.
How about this? You crash somewhere unexpected or whatever. Do you use a toothbrush that's there?
No. I barely use the toothbrush I have.
I've gone like paste to finger, which never does anything.
I go strange brush right to my fucking
no
mouth.
shit.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
Before I walk around with I mean, if this is like if I have to go to work or go somewhere, if I'm just going right home, like fuck it, I'll wait. But if I'd rather that than like a day of nasty ass breath.
You smile, you have open blisters on your gum.
No, but to me, it's like I don't know. The brush is like a bar of soap. Like the bar of soap doesn't get dirty. I don't know. In my head, somehow the brush doesn't get dirty. It definitely
that's
does.
not right.
Incorrect.
I agree with you to a certain extent, but you I feel like you're really fast and loose with it. I'll judge. I'll take in the scenario. Like you say, if you're going home, like I'll wait. I'll see who I'm around. Like what her situation is, what the apartment looks like.
If it's a girl, she's definitely cleaner than you, dude.
If it's a girl, I hope it's dirty.
I love the idea of Heidelberg in that beard inspecting the bristles, being like, this doesn't kind of fit my hygiene.
The girl texts you like, why is there some random red hair in my toothbrush?
Yeah, like you wake up with like melted chocolate all over the place and fucking, you're not the king of hygiene.
No,
pal.
I'm not. But there's like, you ever been in the girl's apartment and there's pee on the seat?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't use it in that one.
Wait, I have
like
not.
like
How does
pee
that happen?
like pee stains on like the rim. So you look down the toilet,
yeah.
and then you're like,
or it's the worst.
You're like, there's like other dudes piss. I'm about to piss on.
The underneath poop. Have you ever experienced that?
The ring?
Like an explosive diarrhea?
Like it either splashed up.
Literally the situation in my toilet right now.
You had a mushroom cloud. You're preparing.
No, I took a piss this morning, and I looked at the seat, and I was like, "Where the fuck did that come from?" Like, I didn't even understand the physics of it. I was like, "How did that get there?"
Oh wait, you're lifting up for your own.
Sometimes, yeah, because it's not every time. It's it's depending on the mood thing. Because there are like sometimes like, well, I'll just take the extra 10 seconds when I'm done and wipe it down.
Yeah, it's either now or one way or the
other times I forget and move on with my life.
Sometimes I'm leaving it there to send a message.
to myself. Together. Like, start lifting the seat. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I've done that when I've thrown up from being hammered and thinking I did a forensic job at cleaning the entire
you lift
bathroom,
the top.
everything. And my wife would just like lift the toilet seat and there'd just be like the cave sickles or whatever just coming off the bottom of the toilet.
I once took Dilaudid with a bunch of my friends.
What?
That's what my wife took post C-section.
Yeah, it's basically
Yeah, I
like
mean, that's
heroin
like,
in a
yeah,
pill.
that shit is
And
fucking
I had to
hardcore.
puke, and I like ran into the bathroom, and I puked before I got to the toilet, and I had a 1 minute where the toilet seat was down, and I was puking on the toilet seat, and I had one thought of like it's already covered in puke. Don't even lift the thing up.
You're talking about the seat or the lid?
Yeah, I puked on the lid.
The lid, so it was closed.
Well, then tell them,
you know how
tell them your solution to the problem, because that's the most preposterous part, is that you continued geyser puking.
Because you were saying it was just...
And then he's like, lift it. And he lifted it, and all the puke.
Oh yeah, all the puke went
Like
on
a
the ceiling and
confetti
stuff.
parade.
On the ceiling?
Oh, dude.
I will say this: I've never felt such dread as when I said that story, and you all didn't laugh. And you just, a story
I
is
watched
bad.
them lose confidence.
You know the story is bad when someone goes, "Oh, so you know."
Dude, Dilaudid. I took Dilaudid recently. It was prescribed by my doctor, but like,
Yeah, it was just
dude,
popping in my
I
butt.
was in a hospital, but I was like, look, I need more painkillers, and they're like, well, you can't have any more Dilaudid. I've never heard of Dilaudid before. Like, you get any more Dilaudid, but we can take you down a bit. We
We
can give
can
you
tie you off
we
and
can-
fucking hook you up some heroin.
They go, but we can give you morphine. I was like, whoa, wait. What I've been taking is above morphine? Like, I thought morphine was the one.
Dude, I took Dilaudid after my back surgery, and like my body like rejected it. I had like allergic reactions. That's that heavy duty shit, man. You're just like a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
I
took it
can't
on a rainy day.
yeah, I can't. The only time I've taken painkillers is like a Percocet or whatever, just to like, ward off a hangover, and it just never worked. Instead, it just it like created a cluster where I couldn't shit for like a week and a half.
dude.
My
The
stomach
constipation
was
is
crazy.
crazy.
They almost wouldn't let me leave the hospital. They're like you gotta
have to
shit
shit.
first. And I was
Dude,
like,
post surgery,
Dig it out.
man. Like, you better be digging in there, bro. It's ugly, man.
It was so bad, dude. It was like I was like, you could hear my stomach rumbling, but I couldn't take a shit. So, but I wanted to leave the fucking hospital. So I'm like just trying to fucking just like laying in bed, like trying to. My girlfriend was in bed with me. I'm just farting up a storm.
Hell yeah.
That's the
she's
worst,
one,
because it's
man.
in there.
Yeah. I'm like,
so it's disgusting.
Dude, the hospital should have some like Freudian level pure cocaine to give you in that situation where they're like, take a bump, you'll shit right as rain. Everything will be good. It'll balance out the medication.
But they were also like I couldn't eat. So like I couldn't have solids. So I'm like, I have nothing to shit. So you can't really not let me eat and make me shit. Those two things don't line up together.
Yeah,
It's a
but
recipe
something
for
about
failure.
cocaine creates food in your body, because I also have
really
been on
does.
a 2-day cocaine binge, haven't eaten in 48 hours, and I'm like, I don't know where this is coming from, but I have reserves.
But no, that's a scary thought, because that means it was probably just in there.
Yeah. Lodge
there was-
everywhere. Everywhere.
Total fucking cleanse.
Yeah, like it's probably just like latches onto the wall or
Man,
some
that feels
shit.
so good. You get that same effect with Adderall too.
Oh yeah, dude. The inside of our bodies, like all I think about is like the blood and the organs operating cleanly, but it likely
there's gotta
looks
be
like
gunk in
the
there.
pipes of a sewer.
Absolutely.
Oh
Like, for
yeah,
people
there
like
are
us
rats
who
and turtles living.
Yeah, for people like us who are dirt balls, like I'm stunned anytime I get even like a semi good, review at the doctor, or
Yeah.
checkup.
I had a doctor tell me
'Cause-
my cholesterol is low, and I was like,
No way!
Run it back.
I was like, all right, we're going through the Burger King drive-thru.
That's all you need to hear is like one good piece of good news, and you're like, okay, now I can do whatever I want.
I had the doctor same thing where it's like, you better not check again. Like I went to the doctors very recently and they're like your blood work, you're really healthy. And I was like, if you followed me for a day, you would know that's not true.
You understand what you're saying is irresponsible.
We actually might need.
I smoked a
more
cigarette in
of
the
your
waiting room, dude.
Yeah, that's almost like the doctor's got to know, like, all right, he's good, but I'm gonna tell him like he's okay. I'm not gonna lie to him and tell him it's bad, but if I tell him he's good, he's gonna fucking ruin it.
That's the move. It's so weird. So I get all my doctor's appointments like knocked out in one day, right? And I'm Irish. I get my skin checked. Then I go on to like general
I gotta
shit.
do that, yeah.
Gotta do it because everybody in my family's history has had some form of cancer on their
Oh,
body.
I'm 100% dying from cancer. It's just a matter of when and which kind.
Can't wait. So, I got my skin checked. Everything's fine. All the moles, whatever. I go to get like the physical, the cough, all that shit, weight, everything like that. And the lady like looks at my back. She's like, "You have cancer." I'm like,
no doubt,
well, weirdly
something
enough,
in here.
I just came from a guy who specializes in that, and he said the exact opposite. She's like, "These do not look good to me." Buddy. And then she pitched me like a rash guard, like what toddlers wear to the pool. And she's like, "You should get this. It's from this company." I was like, "What do you have, a promo code?"
That's the thing. Like, they are probably
I
peddling that shit.
I told her, I looked at her and I was like, "You are why people hate Fauci."
Yeah.
I was like, "You are, because you're trying to take advantage of me, and I don't trust you."
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching the Kanye doc, the second episode, and he goes to a doctor because of his jaw.
That dentist was such a dickhead.
He was such a dick, and he tried to do that.
Have you seen it?
No, I've seen that.
The worst fucking
Dude, he was
bedside
such an
manner I've ever seen.
Terrible bedside manner. Told them that they can't film, and they were like, well, "We're gonna do that." So
Like Kanye was like, I just want to look like good. Like I want to look my best for this photo shoot or this video shoot in like January. And he's like, "That will be impossible."
Yeah.
It's like, just dude, okay.
This
but
is-
maybe soften it. He was just such a jerk.
I can, and it's like watching it. You go, "Oh, I get why he's the way he is now," because every single person was like stepping on him and flipping him off. Even the dentist bitched him out.
the second
You know what I
episode.
mean? and Kanye's just like, "Hey, can I keep this from my mom wants blood on it?" And the dentist was like, "That's gay."
He was an asshole. He really was. That second episode, I thought the first one was whatever. Second one had me like rooting for Kanye again. Like,
First-
this
Yeah,
was a good
first
episode.
I'm full team him.
Yeah.
Even,
But you know
even
what I
lately.
just think is so the most telling thing about him is because when you watch that especially the second episode, like Mos Def loved him and Talib loved him and Jay-Z loved him and then like nobody fucks with him and none of those guys fuck with him anymore.
Yeah.
So even if all of your friends are even like, "All right, I'm fucking done with you, dude." You know, like there's got to be something to that.
Or they could have all been using him, and he's just like, instead of and he's.
You think it was a grand conspiracy to use his
No.
hip-hop beats?
No, I don't know, but there is a thing in the first episode when this guy walks by and he's like, "Where's my beat, man?" And
Yeah.
Kanye's
Yeah, he's
just
like,
like,
"We're on the same
"Gee."
label, but I don't have your beat yet."
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the big dogs who he was
Yeah.
using them almost. At
Well,
this
that's
point.
the
Like,
that's the cool part is like everybody that was good noticed.
Yes.
And they were like,
They
"Yo,
knew
you're,
right away.
you're incredible. You're
Yeah,
a
most
genius."
Def said it over and over. Like, this is the future of hip hop.
And that
Wow.
scene with Scarface was really cool, and he
Yeah.
played him Family Business. That song played while my son was being born. I fucking love that
Yeah,
song.
that's
cool.
That, it's like that stuff is really cool. But then, you just get
Like while he was
continuously-
coming out,
yeah,
or like
yeah.
just hanging out.
No,
beforehand?
while my wife
While
was
she's
being
pushing.
sawed open, by whatever rudimentary tool they were using.
Got a spoon.
Dude. Oh, they
Shovel.
when they told me to walk around and they had like the path taped off for the fathers. They're like, do not
look.
They're like,
Yeah.
don't look.
It's a massacre.
It's going to be.
Wait, you're talking about C-section or
C-section.
yeah?
And so
Because I
I
don't
was
think you should look. Period. If it's natural or C-section.
I'm not really into it, to be honest. Yeah, but I probably would have just to jerk off to later. But as I was walking, I overcorrected, and in
no.
this giant metal salad bowl was the biggest placenta I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's just like,
it looked like Krang from Ninja Turtles, dude. It was fucking insane. It was insane.
Yeah, like the whole thing is just a goddamn shit show.
Yeah. I was really like I said that to them and to Feeney and Sagalow from Here's the Scenario, great podcast. The thing that like I saw my son and I'm so in love with him immediately, and I was simultaneously disgusted by his nails. Like his nails looked like a baby dinosaur, and he's like covered in gook and cum, and he's like he's not fully cooked, I guess. And I'm like, oh, dude, like wash him off, then
I was
bring
gonna
him
say
back.
he's like
to
a
him.
hose.
Yeah, like he's
down
down
like
like
a
a
horse.
Shawshank.
I never liked what babies looked like until they were like walking around.
Not a baby guy.
How lucky of you, dude. Imagine if you were like, I am quite fond of their physical features.
It looks like yeah, that is true. That is true. But they look like dead cockroaches when they come out. Very disgusting.
What does it do to the dead cockroach and the live guy?
No, but like, you know,
There is
when you see a dead
absolutely no
cockroach
part of a
on
baby
the
that looks like a cockroach.
ground, you know, it's disgusting.
Still moving because of the electricity.
Did you have to pay for like skin to skin contact? Is that something you have to pay extra for?
I have heard that, but I don't think I did. Unless honestly,
because you
they
both
could have.
have,
They give you like a fucking. They give you a bill at the end, like it's the check from the restaurant.
They just bang you out,
Yeah.
dude. You have to put your fucking name in for a lottery just to get privacy, like just to get your own room. It turns out that my wife is so Italian that she knows everybody that knows somebody, and they got us a room and booted the roommate immediately. Like, it was just
we
great.
put in for like as much early requests,
Yeah, dude.
whatever we possibly fucking could have. But I'm sure They
you
never
both-
said it, but I'm sure I.
did
paid
you
for
do
it?
it?
Did I do skin to skin?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
I feel like you
but
both you
the
both you
baby
did
with
it.
the mom.
I couldn't initially because my wife gave birth so late that she like had to get it to latch, like the whole thing. She had to do all that, and then I couldn't stay the night. I had to go home.
Okay.
And I was like hallucinating
Oh my
in the back of an
God.
Uber and left 100% of our luggage in the trunk. Yeah, and I was like, I
Wait,
realized
wait,
it like 2 days later.
She
Oh
has
my
a C-section, and then that night you have to go home.
Yeah, I had
Was
to
that
fucking.
no?
Jesus.
That wasn't COVID, was it?
No,
that
it was
was
before
just, like,
COVID.
the
Yeah, it was
rules?
because they just didn't have room. So
Holy
the first night
shit.
my wife was bunked with another person who just had a baby,
And they kicked you out.
and they kicked me out. Yeah,
And her
no,
too. Like there was no the
yeah.
other girl too.
The
I
the
feel
next
like-
day she was done.
I just
Took her out back.
I think where did I think I just crashed like on a fucking chair.
I feel like that's a new
my
thing, like
God.
the skin to skin stuff. I feel like I see it, and maybe it's just because my buddies are starting to have kids now. But like I see
And the
like
guys? I thought that was a
it's-
girl thing. I thought
no,
it was
no,
a mom,
it's the
like a
guy,
mom
like the
and
guy
guy,
in
yeah.
bed shirtless with the baby.
Dude, there is something to it though because the energy connection is like plugging your ponytail into the avatar thing. Like it feels like you're just becoming like it's like, hey, I was you're half me.
yeah.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine the stress of this. And the
No, it's a
anxiety
fucking nightmare. It's
of
an
like
absolute
going
nightmare.
through this.
I remember too when they I guess a lot of parents want to like take care of their kids right away. Meh. For me, the nurses were like, we can leave the baby here with you for the night, and you can like take care of it, or like we'll bring them to like the nursery and
Yeah.
we'll handle them. And I was like, all you.
Yeah,
I got the next fucking 50 years to do this. I'm gonna get another night or two.
Yeah.
Before I really
I think we
succumb to
did
this
that for
nightmare.
2 nights because
Yes.
my wife was also like
apart.
recovering from
Yo, the craziness when they went like, if it was any other, if you just got like injured somehow, and
Yeah.
they were like, we sliced you open and like took out all your organs and then put them back in, they'd be
Yeah.
like, you need to recover for the next like 6 to 8 weeks. And if it's C-section, they're
minimum.
like, go home.
You're out,
You know,
yeah.
it's been 56 hours. You got to go home.
yeah.
Well, they're
It's crazy.
pros at it now. They can like spin the fucking knife on their finger, cut you
They're
open.
like doing hibachi.
McDonald's throw fucking.
Dude, our doctor said she made the incision, opened my wife up, and my son's lips were right there, and he's like, right out of the. She was like, it
No,
was
that is some
in
shit
20
too.
years.
Like it really is. It's some alien shit.
Yeah.
You know, if
Yeah, yeah.
if you like got abducted by aliens and they like implanted some living thing in your stomach, you'd be like, I'm horrified.
Yes.
That's just what naturally happens.
Well, and I don't like whoever does the lighting at Mount Sinai West should win some sort of Tony because they like lifted up the tarp to show us our son, and it was like like just beaming lights on him, and he's like covered in his own feces. It was like crazy, dude.
Dude, I saw The Lion King on Broadway. I'm trying to take this. I have been, as soon as we start talking about cutting open and babies and people, I turn fucking white and I might faint on this thing.
Not ready for the joys of fatherhood. huh?
No. It's disgusting.
Sure's not making him stop
Dude,
being dangerous.
I'm less dangerous. Do babies pee in you when you have
Yeah,
them?
I think it's like a closed system.
Yeah.
kind of.
But there is
I
a
think
problem.
He
Gives
goes
you
into your
vicious heartburn, I hear.
There's like there's an issue where like when the water breaks and if the baby like shits at
Yeah.
that exact moment, it's
Yeah.
just 777.
There was somebody-
the shit can leak into the woman's like
body.
bloodstream
There was
and
somebody
it could
I
get
know.
sepsis and
Yeah,
stuff.
a
It's
family,
my
a
God,
family
dude.
friend
That's
that had
crazy.
that happen, and they like, she almost died.
Ugh.
Like they were kind of like, I've been sick after birth, and you think that it's just like a thing, and then you went for check this, that, like none of it was checking out, and then they were like, oh, it's the shit
that's-
inside you.
terrifying.
Imagine someone Imagine if I opened up your fucking stomach and I shit in it. How much that would fuck up your body. Imagine if I just squatted over you and pooped in like your abdominal area.
That
and
is
then just
combining.
close you back up and it was like, go on your way. How fucked up that would be.
That's combining two kinks. Blood play and poo poo.
This has been thoroughly disgusting.
My body would be so like my body would be like we'll take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Like, that's like
Shit.
fuel.
Yeah, just shit it
Put
out.
it down the Jaeger pipe.
Yeah.
Same color.
My body would be like,
Your body, just add it to the other shit.
yeah, my body would be like, this is Brendan 101. We got this.
Throw it on the Whopper pile.
Yeah, you throw it on the Whopper pile.
My God. Thoroughly disgusting.
Yes.
We were looking at Octomom the other day for whatever reason.
Porn or
A
still
little bit of
pics?
both. A little bit of both.
Yeah.
But there's
She-
one still
she does
picture.
porn?
She did like solo masturbation, porn.
Yeah, it was. Like, if you're trying to come, it's not gonna get
Yeah,
you.
you're not gonna.
She just did it to feed her family.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if you have anything over 3, and even if you have 3, but if you have quadruplets and up, and certainly like octuplets, you have to get on Oprah or Ellen. Otherwise, your life is over.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I
gotta get a
literally,
show.
like, I don't know what you would do.
I
struggle with 2 kids.
Yeah.
Like, if I had 4 times that, I'd be like, we have to do a reality TV show, kids.
Literally putting myself in the position that you guys live, and it's stressing me out. So I can't even have a kid, because if I imagine
Don't
having
do it.
one,
Don't do it. It's so
Oh,
bad.
Well, I don't
God.
think your roommates would let you have a kid.
Well, we've all discussed it. Me and my roommates are making that next step.
That Greg Giraldo joke always reminds me of Octomom, where he said something about her, and he's like, Lisa Lampanelli has a lot in common with that Octomom. She doesn't have 8 kids, but she has had 80 fingers inside of her at once.
Whatever happened to Lisa Lampanelli?
I thought you were going to say Greg Giraldo.
It's like, we got some
Unfortunately,
bad news for you.
yeah. But Lisa Lampanelli was like,
Lisa came out to one of my shows in Connecticut. Yeah, and she didn't perform. She just watched.
She's drawn to people who have the same haircut.
Yeah, she thought I was a lesbian.
who would you rather fuck, Lisa Lampanelli or Sagalow?
It's so funny because I was just talking to her for a while, and she was like, I don't know how much I should say, but she was like, tell me how much money she's made, and I'm doing a fucking restaurant in Unksville or whatever. And I'm like,
but also,
cool.
why is she there then? You know what I mean?
She knew the guys that ran the thing.
Yeah, it still doesn't sound like it made that much money. And she would be there. But I just remember, just her whole act was just like, I fuck big black dicks.
Yeah.
And I guess that made a bunch of fucking money.
I
for
think
her.
she's since reformed. She's
Yeah,
like,
well, that's why I asked, because I feel like I've seen something where she.
Yeah, she does more one-man show, TED Talky kind of things now.
I think
She's reformed from fucking black people.
That's right. That's right.
Figured
I guess I did say
found
that.
the errors of her ways. That did happen, yeah.
She's reformed. She's in the KKK now. Things are going well.
Fuck the whites. Jesus Christ almighty.
I think all stand-ups get to a time where you either make that decision where you go, I love stand-up so much that I'll defend everything I've ever said and blah blah blah, or you're like, all right, fuck stand-up. You know what I mean? All right, yeah, I said that, but that's stand-up, and I apologize. I don't fuck black people anymore. You know? There you go. I want to be an actor. I want to make a lot
People
of
were like,
money.
no, it was the jokes we had a problem with. She's like,
Yeah.
I've been going about this all wrong.
I get that. You're like in front of like when a firefighter shows up to a burning house, they're like, that one's just let it burn down.
Yeah, not worth it.
But that was not worth saving.
Do not
We'll
risk
build you a new
yourself.
house. How about that?
Yeah. After a while, fire's not that really important anymore. That's what it is.
Yo, have you heard about this 3-on-3 basketball? It's the Skanks versus Stuff Island and Shane.
I think so. Yeah, and I
Or maybe
offered
McCusker. Yeah.
Yeah, I offered to help Lewis to train him a little bit
Right.
because I said on the show, but it's true. He dribbles like his hands are numb. Like he literally
Like whacks it?
whacks it like he's trying to regain feeling. Like it's insane, dude. And
So
he's
that's what I'm trying to not judge any books by their covers, but looking at Lewis and Big J and is it Dave? Is it
Dave,
also-
yeah.
I mean, Dave looks like he's in shape and
Yeah.
probably can handle himself. I feel like Jay's gonna show up like with the fucking gloves on, and like wearing Jinkos.
It's
And
basically
Lewis does not
Bebop
seem
and
like-
Rocksteady against the guys from Philly.
Right. Bebop, Rocksteady, and Dave.
I mean, I guess Shane played football, so he's probably got at least some athleticism. Tommy Pope seems like he's in shape
He is
and
shredded.
Is he?
Tommy
Yeah,
is
so, like,
insanely shredded.
I mean,
He-
basketball's
but
a
he
weird
sweats
thing because it
whiskey,
doesn't.
Tom.
It depends on if he shows up sober.
Yeah, I don't think it does though. He has that old school dad vibe where he shit like hangovers are for liberals. Like he just like shakes it off and then walks onto a court and just drops 40. And you're like, oh, all right.
Basketball's one of those weird, like Chris Herron. You can be high, you can be drunk. Like if you can play ball, you can play ball.
Those people, like
Some people got it like that.
Theo Fleury used to play hockey like coked up all the time. Like he said, he was like used to do lines off the blade of his skate in the locker room in between periods.
That's super cool. That is cool.
And there's
Like,
also no way to
objectively
hide
cool.
that. So everyone knows what he's
I
doing.
hope they were while he had them on. He was just like,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. He had it in his book, that line or something where he described it of some sort. And like thinking about it as someone who's played hockey and done cocaine, it doesn't make sense to have
those are mixed.
it's just wet. They're wet. You can't put.
Well, like you could do it beforehand.
But he was like middle of the
But
game.
like, it was you'd say in
middle of
between
the game.
periods. So
I
he
guess
just
you just
laid
dry
on
it off
them.
real quick.
So you
but-
gotta just dry
He
it.
just ends up rubbing it for dummies. Like,
Well, then, my friends, that's what we call a lie.
but that's like Randy Moss was like he'd smoke 2 blunts before a game and just
That
Jordan.
always was weird to me, like, because I guess coke kind of can make sense in some ways. You're just like off the rails, but like smoke a blunt and you're just like relaxing, but you also are running like a 2-3-40 as you fucking toast guys.
But I do think for some people it like acts as healthy Adderall. Like for some people that are like just truly all over the map, can't get themselves straight and focused, weed just like bottlenecks the traffic.
Yeah.
Like that's for me at a lower level. I certainly can't go out there and perform athletically, but it definitely like siphons the thoughts down to a more manageable thing.
Yeah, there was. I mean, not that it's a very different than a professional athlete, but in high school there was this kid who he was like 21 and still in high school for some reason, but he would go out there super
Grades,
super
probably.
high. Yeah, I mean I know the reason why, but I just don't know
Sounds
why
like
it was
grades.
allowed.
He used to get all A's. It's so weird. I guess he just stuck around.
But I feel like you should be able to
sophomores.
continue to play sports.
Yeah, you should lose eligibility.
Yeah, he was
High
20
school's like we've never even had to deal with this.
Right.
We didn't even think we'd have to write eligibility law. We figured everyone could handle pre-calc.
That's the best.
in like like early tryout, beginning of the year sort of thing, like varsity and JV was kind of playing together. I was like 15 and playing like a 22-year-old. I was like, this is bullshit, guys. This shouldn't be allowed. But here I am, like lacing up and like ready to play, and he's like high as fuck, and everybody knew it, and just like lights out.
That's crazy.
Basketball's a weird game. Like
I did the exact opposite. So I played JV as a freshman, and this kid Terrell Biggs, who's Elton Brand's cousin, played for Nanuet High School, and he was in 7th grade, and he played JV. He was like 6'6", 6'7", 265 pounds.
Terrell
a
Biggs
child.
is you better be.
He ended up playing for Pitt. He was like really good,
Yeah.
but he was dropping fucking buckets, and it like dawned on me now that he was a baby.
a
true baby.
7th grader is a baby.
For real.
If a 7th grader walked in here now, you'd be like, why is there a child in this
There are videos.
Who ordered the kid?
Oh, sorry. You came early. Now it's my turn.
Dude, I'll tell you what changed my whole fucking like existence on the internet was one time the D'Amelio girls did a tour around here, and they popped their heads in here to say hello, and I was like, when you see them in person, they are children.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Children.
That's
so when you
hot,
see
dude.
fucking girls, when you're watching, when all like hot chicks are popping up on your TikTok, you are a pedophile.
Oh yeah. My TikTok is sending it to the government.
Well, that's the weirdest part about watching this world war on TikTok is you're just scrolling
They call it
through
war
it.
talk. They
and then-
legitimately call it war talk.
Yeah, it's like absolute tragedy after tragedy, and then Jackson Mahomes cornholing himself in the middle of it, and then another tragedy, and you're like, I don't know what's going on, dude.
Watching a war unfold on social media, I just saw a comment on Instagram that said Ukraine's winning the war on Twitter.
Yeah,
and they are. All the cool videos and shit are all like
sure.
Ukraine. Nothing like they need a new social media manager over there in Russia. You guys are getting smoked.
Is it weird that every time I look at the kill count, I go da-na-na, da-na-na?
Really, like I don't know if it's good or bad. It's probably bad.
I don't know who to trust.
Having like real time.
I have no idea. I'm flipping through all my TikToks are just telling me different things. They're like, Ukraine is going through some shit, and then someone's like, I'm in the Ukraine right now, and it's fine. And then like a next thing, and then a kid dancing, and then
No, I mean, I like how do you control any? You can't control any of it. It's just like a war unfolding, and people are memeing a war.
Yeah.
Legit memes,
But
and nicknames, and like.
Weirdly enough, you've seen how that just has completely destabilized our country.
Yeah.
Like just memes.
The downfall of
kind
the
of
empire
ruined the
was
social fabric of our country. But so I guess, I don't know, maybe it is an effective way at spreading like hope for the Ukraine or whatever. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
They might be getting absolutely piped, and we're like, they are crushing.
yeah, like in my mind, Ukraine's like winning because they're not losing.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between winning and not losing. It's like we're still getting wiped out over here, but just not as fast as
There's
they thought.
talks. There's talks.
Yeah, whatever.
they just like handed a bunch of guns to civilians. There's a guy
That
that
was
was
crazy.
talking that was like, I'm just a regular fucking guy, and I have this gun now, and I'm going to war. There's that picture of the teacher like crying, holding a gun.
Dude, there's another one where a lady's like breastfeeding a kid and a cat and like filling Molotov cocktails at the same time, and you're like, shit's different over there.
Tim Dillon had a Ukrainian comic on his show, and he said he was like through broken English, so I don't know what he was trying to say really, but he made it sound like you're like a loser if you don't have any guns. He was basically like, I'm trying to get all the guns and artillery for my family because like you ain't shit if you don't have any.
Hell yeah.
It's like
Hopefully, the fucking America wakes up then. Sees this
Drops
happening.
a little care package.
Give me my gun back.
Yeah, if we can do Operation Dumbo Drop, we can get them some guns.
the win or lose though, my guy Zelensky is stock through the roof.
Dude,
man.
I've been not off the grid, but I've been a little off the grid for the past 5 days, and so I don't
The entirety of the war.
I don't have a super. I'm not super knowledgeable. Everything I see about Zelensky, I'm like, I mean, it can't be true. And then I look it up, and it is, and it's like
He's the voice for Paddington Bear.
Like the voice. I was like, I saw the thing with him,
crazy.
like him doing the Dancing with the Stars, and I was
I didn't
like,
even see that one. I can't even keep up.
he won Dancing with the Stars 2006.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Like Ukrainian Dancing
Yes,
with
he
the
won the
Stars, yeah.
Ukrainian Dancing with the Stars 2006. And then he like was like on like America's Got Talent or Ukraine's Got Talent where he played Hava Nagila with his dick on a piano. And then
When the one world order happens, can we
it was
vote
like
for him?
I don't know. He had both hands up, so I don't know. It was a talent show. Maybe maybe he was being a magician. I don't know. It was in Ukrainian.
Yeah.
But it was da 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 da, and he's there just playing the piano with his hands.
Is there footage?
And then it's all of it. And it was like I just kept like every time I looked at my phone, there was just some new thing about the president of the Ukraine doing something nuts.
He's awesome.
He might have the
is.
best media instincts of anybody that I've
Yep.
ever seen because he just says the most badass shit
Every
every
time,
single
yeah.
time.
Yep.
When he won the election, that quote about like, don't hang my picture up in your
Yeah.
house.
That was
awesome. Yeah.
Hang the picture of your kids, look them in the eye, know how much you love them every single day and how much you miss
that's
them and
awesome.
what you're doing is for them.
Right.
It's like, dude, this guy is.
Meanwhile, he turns around. He's like,
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what
Who
I'm
knows
saying.
what he believes,
Yeah.
but what he says is great.
There's a bunch of Russian children up against the wall, and he goes fire. He just goes, fire.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly what they're trying to imply here. I don't know if it's really happening or not, but they're playing with their dicks, no doubt.
Nice. Is that Putin with him?
I mean, that sounds like a heavy dick. It's hitting the keys with force.
Yeah, mine would be like.
A little ting.
Yeah, this is like a whole team of them.
Oh my god.
Good for these guys.
Good for them.
And now
Wow.
this is the war hero.
Yeah.
I mean, he, you know,
That
win or lose,
disproves-
he should be like, all right, I'm going back to acting and like,
Yeah.
I'm going to Hollywood. Fuck all this shit, man.
That
You know-
completely disproves the Harvey Dent line of you either die a hero or live long enough to be the villain. It's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite.
Oh my God.
How's the podcast going?
It's good.
Excellent. Yeah, real good. Here's the scenario for all those uninitiated. But yeah, it's super fun. It's we do the same thing you guys do. Basically, it's hypotheticals, more or less infighting. That's what every single episode evolves into.
We have like one question, and then we're like, you're fat, you suck, you're mean. But essentially, yeah, we literally look like the negative opposite of you two.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because it's very clear every episode that none of us have any actual beliefs because we wait for somebody to take a position and then each of us flank him like velociraptors and just peck at that until it becomes ridiculous that they had that thought in the first place.
Even if we agree with something, we're like, well, I can't say I agree. I have to fight. Well,
I think we just got to the bottom of our relationship. You just said something that you thought was true, and we're like, wait, we would get along better.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's like kind of a debate show about nothing. You know what I mean? Like you just toss up these things, and then you go at it, and you try to justify your thoughts as best as you can based on something that truly doesn't and could never exist.
Yeah, and like it affects us for a couple of days. Like we're mad at each other for a couple of days because one wouldn't take covered in shit or covered in cum.
That's right. Yeah. Would you rather pee, shit, or cum butter?
Blood.
Or whatever?
And
we have high level listeners. That's a big question.
Yeah, they send in the questions, so they know us. They know how to like push our buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, if Brendan was covered in pudding, of course. Why do I have to be the one that's?
When we look back at some of the old answer the internet questions, because we some of those questions are from 2013 probably. When just times were different and we were like younger too, and it's like things that I'm like, I don't know.
It's like, what if a Native American married into your family? You're like, I don't know, I'd be fine with
That's great.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's hilarious.
It's so accurate to what it is. Because sometimes
you know what?
Just
That
like
is
horribly racist.
That's the questions we get now. We're like midget or black?
I think there is one that's just like, what would happen if you became black or something like that? This is not even a question.
You know what's funny is it's like then you answer it very honestly. You're like, well, things would be much harder for me.
Sure, I may have gone higher than junior college basketball, but it wouldn't have been worth the sacrifice of the day-to-day struggle.
It will definitely help my stand-up. With one extra word, I can take over the whole city.
The limit.
The funniest ones that are also like weird. Well, weirdly sex-based, but not in like a. There'll be things like, would you rather have like $1 billion or like fuck a really hot chick? When I was like 24, I was like, I don't know. I really want to fuck a hot girl.
I really do think about
Would
it.
you rather have generational wealth where you never have to lift a finger again, or this porn star like jerks you off once?
Have a 35-second disappointing encounter with a lady who barely knew it happened.
Yeah.
And we were all like, three of us like, well, you gotta factor in the cum. You know?
But let's all be honest.
But come on, dude, Megan Fox.
Yeah, right.
And then we're like, but what about the toe, man? The toe looks like a thumb.
We don't even want to go to space for anyway.
I never thought Megan Fox was really all that good looking.
Oh, no?
Yeah, she seems.
The dismissive.
Oh, you did it?
Hell yeah,
You
dude.
don't say.
I want to bottle that egg. And that was just like, oh no.
Hey, well,
Not really my type.
yeah. More Megan
What did
Fox
you
for
hate when she bent over the open steaming hood of a Mustang?
No,
That wasn't for you?
no, I'm
my type, Zach?
I'm more of like a Kat Dennings type.
Yeah, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I see
You know.
where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Nick likes that one.
Yeah, Yeah, a girl that you could take to a movie. I mean, the whole time I feel like if you're sitting with Megan Fox in a movie, she's just making a sound. She's like, some hot girl sound.
What is she, a Prius?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Hot girl sound.
She'd just be going like, you know what I mean? That's what I feel like she'd be doing all the time. Just always about to say the next thing.
Yeah, I think you've turned me. I agree. I agree now.
You guys should keep score. You know,
Of how much
Yeah.
we agree and disagree.
Yeah.
I think we each do personally, and then it only comes out in one big fight every month. Like there's always a serious moment where like we give each other look like this is our safe word.
Yeah.
Unless you want to air some shit on the show, this is where you
Go no further.
Yeah. But then we also, because we're all stand-up comics, so it's like, we were like, I'm going to push it. I know that if I say
I'm a
this,
slave to
it's
the
bad
joke.
and it
Yeah.
will be, but
That's
it
for
might,
Patreon. That's for people to
Yeah.
pay to cancel us.
Yeah.
For the low price of $5, you can ruin our career.
When you guys switch over to Patreon, do you let it fly? Like, is there a difference?
We're
'Cause
pretty,
I wonder, like,
we're pretty good at doing it anyway.
I was gonna say, like,
kind of
I
do it anyway.
feel like I wouldn't change all that. Maybe like a couple things here and there, but
I mean, we don't usually, but like we are more open to giving names on the
Yeah.
Patreon, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if there's like comedy gossip or whatever, like something
let it
that
rip.
happened to us,
Yeah.
story in a club, we'll kind of talk about
Yeah.
it that way, honestly. But in terms of like being more wild or whatever, we're kind of
already
we do it.
already
Yeah.
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
You've heard me be a borderline white nationalist.
I mean, we've touched everything. We've touched race. We've touched pedophilia.
Yeah, we did them all. Like a quick 40 minutes here. It's amazing how quick it can ruin your life.
Yeah, it's fun though.
It's fun.
It's a fun
It's
ruin.
adrenaline
dare
rush
you
right on
ruin
the
my
edge.
life.
Yeah.
Look, where's my camera? I dare you to ruin my life. If you think you can ruin it any more than I've already ruined it, I dare you.
I would love some advocacy group is like, oh, did you see what this guy said? Like, we gotta cancel him. And they do some research into Sagalow, and they're like, leave him alone.
This is too much.
Leave this poor soul
Yeah.
Through
alone.
the Burger King drive-through.
Yeah.
Let's leave him be.
Yeah, I've been living like the Ukraine forever.
It's just life, man.
Yeah. Where's my fund me?
Wouldn't that be great? Like, you go one of your Sagalow and you're reading like the description. It's like just because.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
description. Why? Like, had you seen
Just
what's going
because.
on?
Here's a live webcam into my room in my apartment. Watch it for 30 minutes and figure it out.
It's your roommate just jabbing the wall.
Yeah, it's coming through my room. It's just barely missing my face.
You're podcasting. It's just
Yeah.
right out of frame.
So I think I would be covered in poop.
It's amazing how long that can work, man. I mean, we've been doing it for like a decade, and there's just no shortage of poop, dick, cum, hypotheticals,
As long as you-
animal fighting scenarios.
Yeah.
Like, it just keeps going, and there's always people who are entertained by
Yeah, and
it.
as you get older, you answer the same questions kind of differently.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done some throwbacks where like we played. We did it once at a live show where it was like. I like paused it and it was like, did we say A, B, or C?
that's
And,
a good
like,
idea.
Wildly different.
Yeah.
And things where I'm like, I can't believe I said fucking B on this one. That's crazy.
Write that down. We're also taking that.
Because then you can just recycle everything. It doesn't matter.
What else did you guys do?
Weird voice to text.
We do though.
Yeah. I go.
Siri, record conversation.
Tell me more of your secret.
It is. We always like walk out though, and like we're like we get podcast amnesia. We never remember things
Yeah.
because we've said nothing of importance.
Nothing of
Exactly.
We've said
No
nothing.
substance at all.
The human brain hears it. Is like this is not worth it.
Which I also think is why it's good and
works.
entertaining because
Yeah.
it's the same reason I watch Entourage all the time. It's dessert. It's like
Yeah.
it's just you don't have to think. You're just
I don't wanna
entertained by
think
nothing.
And it's like you agree or disagree, but it's not anything that matters.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and like we said, it's like the show is whatever, but it's more about our for our like best friendship, like
Right.
me, him, and Feeney. So it's like it gets, there's sometimes where we're all doing great, right? We're all hugging each other, and then other times it's like, what's your fucking problem?
That's most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, should we go next door and do ATI?
Yeah.
Go.
If you're watching on YouTube, click here to subscribe so that you get all the new episodes as they come out. And John, what should they click if they want notifications? Make sure you click thumbs up for the like, hit that bell icon.